Now, for more on the situation in eastern Congo, let's go live to the United Nations, and VOA UN correspondent Margaret Besheer is standing by there. Hello, Margaret. Now,
hi, Vincent.
Hi. Now, the reaction we've seen on the ground in the DRC is that people say they're fed up with MONUSCO. They're fed up with UN peacekeepers because they do not protect them against all those attacks, and sometimes they feel like they are oppressed by the UN forces themselves. What has been their reaction at the United Nations regarding those claims?
Well, we just heard a few moments ago from Kassim Dieng, who's the deputy head of MONUSCO. He spoke to us from Kinshasa, and he says actually that the majority of the people on the ground want MONUSCO to be there. He said in the wake of this attack, over the past 2 days, these attacks, he said that he got many messages from ordinary citizens saying, please don't go, it'll be a disaster if you leave. But the UN will leave eventually. It's a gradual drawdown. They've left Tanganyika, for instance, already. So they've been drawing down in certain parts of the country. But as you mentioned, the M23 has been on the rise again. So this has complicated efforts to bring the stability that the mission is mandated to bring. But let me just bring you up to date on what he told us about the demonstrations. He said that the governor of North Kivu late last night issued a ban on further street demonstrations, and that the situation on the ground is much quieter today in Butembo and in Goma. The Congolese forces, the FARDC, have arrived and are backing up the UN forces. UN offices are open. He did say that there will be a joint investigation into what happened. There was a Reuters report that peacekeepers shot at protesters, and he says he doesn't think that was the case, and that they have doctors coming to do forensics today, and they'll examine the bullets, and the UN can trace its own bullets, and they will know what guns these bullets came from. And he also said that in addition to the protesters, there were looters, and he really kind of divided them into two groups. And he said the looters were really there with the intention of stealing and causing problems, and that the UN believes there were some gangs or criminal elements in that group, aside from the protesters who were really there to talk.
Yes. Now, given the kind of, I mean, I may say that a majority of the people want them there, but over the years, the criticisms that have been there is that it looks like the UN peacekeepers' mandate that kind of limits their ability to protect the people of Eastern DRC. Now, that has been a discussion so far. What has been the consensus from the UN side?
Well, I think that's an issue that goes to the Security Council, because they're the ones who decide what the mandate has. And the mandate is always discussed with the host government, so in this case, the DRC. And there's 16,000 UN police and troops in Congo. It's one of the biggest missions the UN has. It costs billions of dollars a year to run. I mean, they're there to do a good job. Back in 2013, they were able, with their special intervention brigades, to put down the M23, but they have been on the rise since last November, and the UN has been warning about it. But they can't do everything themselves, basically. And they've been working with the FARDC to improve their capacity, because when the UN leaves, it's going to be in the FARDC's hands.
Well, Margaret, thank you very much.